I guess let's solve the problems. Let's see what we got. Partitioning array according to the given pivot. Okay, we're given an zero index array, okay, and an integer. Rearrange such that the following conditions are satisfied. Element less than the pivot appears before the element greater than the pivot, and every element equal to the pivot appears in between. Okay, so okay, the relative order of elements less than the pivot and the elements greater than the pivot is maintained. More formally, consider if both elements are smaller. Okay, so let's I don't know, I'm thinking of just swapping variables, but let's see the constraints. Length is at least 100,000. The value could be negative as well. Okay, so like we given nums, right? So let's say 9, 12, 5, 10, 14, 3 and 10, and pivot is 10. So if 9 is less than the pivot, right, then we create maybe two arrays, right? Well, let's and then we join the array. So we create one array where the pivot is less than 10, so we add 9 to that position, and then another array where the value is greater than 10, so we add 12 to the first index, and then 5 goes here, and then when we have the pivot, what do we do? So we create a third array for pivots. We add the pivot there, 10. Okay, then 14 is over here, and 3 is over here, and then we have 10 again, so we have 10 again. And then what do? Then for each of these elements we have to somehow bring them together. So we bring 9, 5, 3, 10, 10, 12 and 14. So if I create a list, okay, let's create, I don't know, should we create 3 lists? And then what do you have to return? Nums after the arrangement. Oh, okay, so we have to return nums. Return. Can I do it in place? Like, can I? Maybe I create a temporary variable for a lower index, right? But then how do we decide the pivot value? Element equal, okay, you're given rearrange num such that the following condition, every element less than. Yeah, what about this? The pivot is 2 minus 3. What topics are we using here? 2 pointers. Should you put yes, this is what I was thinking, but how do we yeah, that is possible. Like, I'm thinking of creating 3 lists. Pivot equal to pivot greater than pivot. Okay, then I have array list. Sorry, list of integer less than that equals to array list. Then I have list integer equal to pivot equals to array list list integer and integer list dot integer what greater than pivot equals to array list. Right, we have 3 lists, and then for each value do I keep a count somehow? Okay, let's see, for teacher num and nums we check if num is less than pivot, then less than less than pivot dot add num else if num is equal to if num is equal to else if one second, else if num is equal to pivot, we equal to pivot dot add the value, right? Else greater than pivot dot add value of nums. we have our values separated, and then for okay, so equals to start length for integer I 0, I must be less than n, and I plus plus, while dot then pivot while the list is not empty is a list, right? The list is while less than pivot is not empty. If we do nums bracket I equals to plus then pivot dot remove dot get 0 less than pivot dot remove. Does it return or does it just discard? Okay, let's see if we are on the right track. Let's ask when does we am I on the right track? Read is removing from the, oh yes, index equals to 0. Yes, okay. Since we have to write integer index equals to 0, right? Then we what do we write? For integer num n less than pivot, for each value less than pivot, nums bracket index equals to index plus plus, right? And then for integer num n equal to pivot, use the same nums bracket index plus plus to num, and for what, to num n greater than pivot, we do nums bracket index equals to num, and then we return nums. Let's see, we might have some errors. Oh, no syntax error. I was expecting syntax error. Not the fastest. How did this guy do it? What is this? Pivot array. He creates, I don't know, maybe this is for I is less than 300, I pivot array, new int. What does that do? I don't know what this line of code does. Okay, but let's look at the other code. Start length, result equals to okay, we create for I is 0. Oh, I see. He's doing the same approach but on the array. Okay. Got it. This is also smart. Instead of got it. 2-pointer is much better. Okay, alright. This was solved. I'll see you guys tomorrow.